It has been reported that the Knights' beloved star fullback Kalyn Ponga is considering asking for a release from the club. He's been engaging with a rugby union agent who has been throwing his name around European rugby. This news comes on the same day that it is reported that the Knights are preparing to sack their head coach, Adam O'Brien, at the end of the year. Ponga is contracted with the Knights until the end of 2027, so while the Knights are unlikely to grant a release for Ponga to go to another NRL club, Union seems like his best option if he wants to leave the club. Now I want to speak freely as a Newcastle supporter and give my thoughts on the matter and the club as a whole. So originally with Ponga's contract ending in a couple years, and with the signing of Dylan Brown, I thought the club had a couple things at play. Considering that they bought Dylan Brown at such a large sum as well, they have two of the highest paid players in the comp chewing up a lot of the salary. So my thoughts were, at the end of his contract, he would either offer him a significant downgrade and use Dylan Brown as their main man instead, or try ship him off to another club. That goes in pairing with a club I thought would make a play for Ponga, and that is the Roosters. So hear me out quickly. The Roosters fullback in James Tedesco is nearing his retirement, and they knew that would line up to a similar time frame as Ponga's contract ending. And even regardless of his contract ending, they could easily make a play for him. The Roosters are the type of club to free up their salary cap for key players like Ponga. However, as we all heard earlier in the year, Daly Cherry Evans said that he was going to be moving clubs at the end of this year. And since then, the Roosters have been clearing up their salary cap, and it seems they're making a play for Daly Cherry Evans, just like they did with Cooper Cronk all those years ago. So with that happening, I doubt the Roosters will ever end up going for Ponga. Another thing that's frustrating is while Ponga is certainly an elite level player, his potential for the club hasn't been hit. And more than half of the time he's been with the club, he's been out injured, which includes basically the rest of this season, which you can't always blame Ponga for injuries and such, especially a couple of years ago when he was getting those major head knocks. There was even talk of him being forced into an early retirement because of those head injuries. Now onto the Knights as a club, it seems that we're going through another micro rebuild phase. We had our phase in the mid-2010s where we got 3 wooden spoons in a row, and then it slowly started to pick up after then. Our best period was the end of 2023, where we went on that 10-game winning streak. But besides that, despite us making the finals a few times over the years, we still haven't really looked like top premiership contenders. And even going back to early last year, we've been going over this salary cap overhaul, where we've been clearing out players left and right. At the end of last year, we lost Daniel Saifidi. At the end of this year, we're losing Jaden Brayley, Leo Thompson, Kai Pearce-Paul, and that's just a few of the players that we've lost. Now going back to Ponga, I think he should just leave and the Knights grant him his release and go do whatever he wants. He's in his prime and he thinks he can't see his full potential with the club, so that's fine, let him go. We've got Fletcher Sharp as a replacement fullback. At the moment he's playing 5'8", but that's mainly just to have him on the field. I think he's a natural fullback and he excels at that role. So we've got that position covered. Additionally, it frees up a lot of the salary cap, which at this point we'll need. Our only gain for next year is Dylan Brown, and it's just such a big money contract. We've re-signed a bunch of players, which is good, like the likes of Phoenix Crossland, Matt Croker, Brodie Jones, Fletcher Sharp, as I just mentioned, and even Fletcher Hunt, the young winger. So that's basically my final thoughts. If he wants to leave, let him leave. We've got Fletcher Sharp to replace him at fullback, and him leaving frees up a lot of the salary cap. So yeah, this video was more me just rambling about the Ponga situation and the Knights club as a whole. I've been a Knights supporter since I can remember, since about 3-4 years old. It's just frustrating not seeing us reach the potential that the team has. And now with a likely new head coach coming in at the start of next year, the management's going to restructure. And as I mentioned before, it's going to be another rebuild phase, but maybe not as prominent as those 3 wooden spoons. Hopefully not. But anyway, thanks for watching. See ya.